we're just going to start by taking a deep breath in and out, and in and out. And I want you to get really comfortable in your chair, really feeling your feet flat on the floor if you can, and that your bottom is really firm in your seat. And just relax your shoulders and just get really, really comfortable. And then we'll start. Okay. So we've no border today. We're just going to start right in the center of our tile. So I'm going to start with a little teardrop. I'm going to colour that in. And then I'm going to go with an aura. And then aura that again. And I'm just going to build up from there. And yours is going to take whatever shape it's meant to take. But I'm going to just turn my tile and create that floral shape. And when they're touching, remember that we don't go over the top. So my aura is just kind of going around and bumping into that last one I've done. So we're doing the teardrop, then an aura, and a second aura. Okay, so these can be any size. So they can be small and they can be big. But once we've got our kind of floral shape here going, we're going to start building off that. So little teardrop, an aura, and a second aura. And yours is going to look different to mine. So I'm just going in between the petals, building up. And just like all things in nature, they are all different sizes, and that is absolutely fine. And then I'm going to start filling in between. And some will look like they're coming from behind because of just the space that you're working within. So it'll start to build up and it will look like you've got some behind and some at the front. Because as I always say, we never go over the top of any that we've already done. And as always, please remember to breathe just normally, because when we're concentrating on what we're drawing, sometimes we just forget. to just breathe normally. And you're just going to build out. Fill in the spaces. Sometimes it just flows and you just go and do your chores at the same time because it just flows that way. Once, twice, and you can just put one on the end of another one and then just fill in between. And just turn your tile so that it's comfortable for you. Just adding and building on that shape. And this is usually a tangle that is built up like this. You can make little units around your tile, but it can be a standalone tangle. And you can also actually use it just to do little corner decorations as well. It's a good filler. And I'll show you that in a wee minute. Now lots of mine look like they're just coming out from behind mine. So behind each other. So kind of stacking up. It's absolutely fine. Just remember to breathe. Just regular. Just so you're not holding your breath. Okay, and you'll start to see that it's kind of taken a shape now. And it may not exactly be symmetrical, but it does have a certain kind of symmetry to it. And so you can just go around and fill in any of the little kind of spaces if you like. Just checking if you feel that it just needs a little bit added in. Just checking. I kind of feel that that's about where I want to stop with mine. But please do keep going until you're happy with yours. I am going to just put 3 of these little 1, 2, 3s into the corners, just to create a little bit of interest. So it just kind of looks like one of those kind of emblems that you used to get in the old wallpaper sort of style. So just, if you just do 3 little ones just kind of in each of the corners. So you start with 1 just coming out of the corner, and then just add 1 on either side of that. That's just really to give a bit of interest, and just to show that this is also a tangle that you can use in different ways. I'm going to start by doing some of these sprinkles. Okay, and you can decide how many you'd like to come from your sort of center part. So in my original tangle, I just had 4 kind of coming out, but you might choose to do it differently. I might choose to do it differently today as well. So let's just see where the tangle takes us. But I'm going to start, and I'm going to come out, create that little kind of spring shape. And then I'm just going to whir that back round. Okay. Now I'm just going to twist it slightly. And then I'm going to do that little kind of arc coming off to create my kind of black. Just colouring in that. And paste there, like so, just to give the illusion that you've got like a cone that's disappearing into oblivion in some way. And then I think on this one, I'm going to actually have my cones, do them off this edge actually, so just little caps that just gets short, smaller and smaller. Like a little beehive sort of shape. Okay, so that's that one. I think I might actually have one that's going to come up off that. Come up, do another one. And then just aura that one round. Come down. And then just have that coming. And then do my line off it. Kind of looks like a little seashell. And then just colour that in. And then this time I'll have them coming down this way. Okay. And I'm going to do the same coming off this end. So I'll start with a line. And then coming round. And then if you just aura that back. Okay. And then do a little kind of diagonal line there. And colour that bit in. And this time I'll have them coming sort of off this top edge here. Just getting smaller each time. And then I'll have a line coming up and round. And I'll just aura that. And then colour that bit in. And then I'll have the little, I can actually have them coming down this way. Okay. And then I'm going to turn the towel around and have one coming off, going that way. Just aura that line. Coming back down. And then colour in the end bit. And then have your little as I say, you can decide which way your little beehive is coming. Just little caps that are just getting smaller and smaller, and there's no right or wrong number that comes off that. It's just whatever you feel comfortable with and whatever looks right for the size that you've drawn. And then we're going to come up from this one. Okay. And then round and down. And then our little line. Just breathing normally. Little caps. One coming up. Going that way. It's really good for our brains whenever we have to do things that are in the opposite direction to what we normally do them. A bit of brain exercise there. Go in the opposite direction. We'll just do our little caps. Okay. And then I'm going to do my little fescues. So I'll just have, and they can actually be coming out. You could even have a fescue coming out the middle of these sprinkles. There's no rules about where things have to come, so I could actually start down here with a little fescue coming out. Like that. And then I could have another one that's going to kind of come out and meet it nearly there, just not quite. Okay. And then the same here, just a little fescue coming out. So just think what it's like, a little tadpole. And it can really bend round, it doesn't have to be straight. They can basically just pop up and curl, or they can come straight up I'm just going to have them kind of just randomly coming out of my centerpiece. So I'm going to actually have one coming just up here. And another one just there. And I'm not really going to do an awful lot of shading on this, to be fair, because I don't think it needs a lot. But so I'm going to leave the 1, 2, 3 as they are, because I think with the center bit and everything in that itself, it doesn't need anything. I might just actually just go around the edge of it. So just add a little bit of, well, just one edge anyway. So just going to add a little bit of graphite with my soft pencil just down this one side here. And then just kind of shade that. And basically with Zentangle, you're not thinking about light, as I say. You really just are looking to see if you can give depth to the drawing. So I probably will put a little bit of graphite just in the middle of these, and maybe just on one side actually. So if I kept it all just on the one side of those. So again, just on one side. Of that. Obviously you've got depth with the colouring in on these as well already, but please put shading where you feel you want your shading to be. I think actually on my little Fescues I might just do a little oily gig on each one of them just to make them kind of stand out a little bit more. So just doing a little, and I've got plenty of graphite on my paper stump already. I don't need to be on anymore, but just to kind of make those jump out a little bit as well. And if you wanted to, you could add a little bit just on the underneath of your little beehives. Just a little, because that will make them stand out a little bit more. So just a little bit on the bottom side of each one of those. Yeah, I've got plenty on. That just kind of gives them a little bit of depth now as well. Okay. And then I'm just going to choose a point where I can sign it, which will probably be, and to be fair, I'm just going to do a little PB just down here in the corner underneath one of my little emblems. And then, as always, I'm just going to hold it at arm's length and just turn it around and look and just see the little piece of artwork that we've just made. And if there's anything that you feel that you need to just add in or touch up, that's absolutely fine. If you wanted to, on the 123, I mean, I've used quite a heavy pen on mine, so I'm a bit loath to add any more dark in here, but you could actually shade just one side of the little sort of the inner circle if you wanted to, depending on how much depth you've got in yours already. That would make maybe one of the layers pop a little bit more. So just in one of the little auras, the inside aura, you could shade it if you wanted to. Okay, but I just think mine's got a lot of depth anyway because my pen's it's quite a thick pen. And then, as always, on the back, you write your name. Today's date is the 4th of March. And then I'm just going to make a little observation, so just that it's an Zentangle session, and we've got Springkle and Fescu and 1, 2, 3.